Where's my Toby dog? How's it going, buddy boy? Good morning.
Our guard dog, Toby, is a special type of dog. He doesn't go in the house. He spends 24/7, 365 days of the year outside, and his job is to guard our ducks and geese. The breed of dog is known as the Maremma. I used to do a lot of work with him when he was a puppy in terms of obedience and commands. It's a lot less of a focus now. Even though Maremmas work really heavily on instinct, they are very independent dogs. They can be stubborn dogs to train, so just like basic obedience, like making sure Toby doesn't jump up on you, or that he sits, or he comes when you call him, it takes a little work with him.
Okay, Toby dog, it's time for your food. Did you guys look at that? This goose egg is frozen solid. Here you go, buddy boy. I know, you're a little disappointed. It's just that. Here, let me get you a duck egg. As far as food goes for Toby, I've actually found the secret is variety.
This is one of the perks of being a dog working on a duck farm. Toby and Pablo have become best friends at this point. You know, Pablo used to really not like Toby, but particularly ever since Little Barn Cat's accident, they've become thick as thieves, and they like to share their meals together, which I used to try to discourage, but at this point I'm just going with the flow. Pablo is often very threatened by the geese. So you can see here, they will go after him, and he knows to steer clear of them. The geese and Toby have kind of reached some sort of truce. While they will potentially maybe nip at Toby, they also respect him, and you can even see he's like blocking them out here, and they know that they've got his attention, and so they're going away. And then even as you see here, as he like sits by his food, he hasn't even finished the food yet. He's basically guarding it to see if Pablo actually wants to come back. But then again, the minute that Toby leaves his food unattended, guess who shows up for dinner?
All right, Toby, I gotta go inside and do some work. You're gonna stay out here and guard everybody, okay? Have a good morning.
And Toby sets up guard. Now you can see here, he is doing this weird move where he's playing dead. I've caught him in this position a couple of times before. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. Maybe he just likes the back scratch, but I wish I could train him to play dead because he does a good job at it. Toby, you're probably going to notice, is sleeping a lot during the day. That's because he is actually most active at night. Because he's a guard dog, he's often on the hunt for predators when it comes time that nightfall hits. That's when most of the predator activity is going on, and so that's when he's most active. He looks lazy during the day, but don't hold it against him.
Since we're just a couple of days past Halloween, my neighbors have been dropping off their various pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns here on the farm. I like to feed them to the ducks, geese, and chickens as a little added supplement to their diet and a little bit of fun for them. Come on, buddy, let's go feed them. Stay out of the way, you don't want to get hit by this cart. Today is the greatest. Oh, the ducks and geese are getting a little bit jealous. If you do this with your chickens and ducks and geese, be sure to remove any wax or candles that were inside the jack-o'-lantern before you feed it to them. Looks like Samson, Jemima, and Spicy Duck see the pumpkins. They know what's coming.
I was really surprised to see just how into the pumpkins Toby actually was. You know, he never has experienced pumpkins before. You know, we got him at the end of November last year, and so, you know, even though I feed my ducks and geese pumpkins every year, oh, look, can you see that? That goose was just nipping at Toby. So yeah, even though we feed our ducks and geese these pumpkins every year, this is the first time that Toby's ever gotten to experience the great pumpkin harvest. He hasn't been able to enjoy it, and he seems to really be digging in. It's always interesting to me to watch Toby surrounded by birds like this, where, you know, he's not threatened, he's not jumpy in his behavior, he's just pretty chill. He respects the birds. Generally speaking, the birds respect him, even though sometimes you might see him nip at them. And it's kind of a good partnership that we have here. And so that's where Toby, through a combination of genetics and breed, as well as training, he's just become the perfect guard dog for keeping around ducks and geese. You can't say that about all sorts of varieties of guard dogs, but Toby, he's a special one, both in terms of his breed and then him personally as a dog. I think he just works out great.
It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna head back inside, but I'll leave a couple of cameras out here so you guys can watch the happenings.
It's funny being on a waterfowl farm, you know, the animals are generally not affected when it rains. They kind of almost seem to enjoy it. They've got a special coat of feathers and oils that keep them essentially waterproof. And then Toby's got actually a similar thing with his double layer coat. It keeps him pretty protected from the elements.
Alright guys, you know what time it is.
So through a combination of food motivation and repetition, and just pure habit built out of that repetition, that's basically how I get my ducks and geese in bed every night. And so, you know, it's really no more work than what you're seeing here for me to get all the ducks in the duck house each night. Sometimes I might have to do 2 laps, and that's a rare occasion, but usually I can get them in 1. Probably the ones that give me the most trouble are the Parks and Recreation crew, which is the group of geese that you see here, along with Ron Swanson, the little duck who thinks she's a goose.
Hey, I see you escaped over there. I'll get you in a second. Chickens already know what's good for them. They're already in. They don't want to be outside in this mess. Careful, Pablo. I'm about to turn that fence back on, man. You don't want to hit that wire. Trust me. Come on, Pablo. Get down. Get down from there. Trust me, go down. Go through there. Yeah, smart man. Good night, Toby. I'll check back in with you in a little bit to see how you're doing, okay, bud? Be good. We're gonna see how well I can sneak up on Toby. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Hey, buddy. It's just me. It's just me. How's it going, buddy boy? How's your night going, huh? It's quite soggy out here. I will say that much. How's everybody doing? You guys are still eating your pumpkins, I see. It all looks pretty clear. No signs of danger. Everybody seems good. Not that there would be anything. I mean, honestly, guys, when it comes down to it, this is just sort of a usual night for us. I've got some trail cameras set up around the perimeter of the pasture fence right now, so we'll be able to see some things in terms of what goes on tonight. All right, good night, buddy boy. You stay safe. I love watching night footage of Toby. You know, you see him, you can even see in his demeanor and how he acts versus during the daytime, where in the daytime he's just goofy and playful. At night, he's very serious. He looks like a sentry who's just sitting on guard, watching closely, waiting for something to pop up. And then when you hear him bark, it puts the fear into you. I mean, even though I know he is my lovable dog, when I go up there and he's barking like that, it's a little bit scary and intimidating, which is really what it's intended to do. I think so often people will get Maremas and get them as like suburban dogs and be upset that those dogs bark all night, but that's actually what they are made to do. The barking is part of what helps them keep the predators away. You know, Toby's not out there fighting coyotes every single night. What's really happening here is his presence and just being around, from everything from how he marks his territory as we walk around the farm, to how he barks at night, and to how he keeps watch around the farm. All of those things are what keep predators away. So it's not about fighting toe to toe. It's more about creating a bubble where Toby is essentially claiming the farm as his land and saying, hey, look, I'm the apex predator here. And that, in and of its own right, keeps away all the other predators. And that's what keeps our ducks and geese safe. I think a lot of people don't appreciate that when it comes to guard dogs. I mean, he's just so serious when it's at night, and it's so good to see him on his job. But then, you know, the minute the sun starts to come up here, look, he just becomes his same goofy self. He's even, you know, playing with one of his beloved sticks right here. That just shifts with the coming of the sun. morning, buddy boy. How's it going? Huh? How are you doing? Good to see you. Did you have a good night last night, pal? Did you? Sit. Stay. All right, buddy, let's go check on everybody. Come on. Good morning, geese. You guys don't mind just staying out in the cold, huh? Hey, chickens. Hey, Alexander Hamilton. Oh dear, looks like I got another goose egg laid down there. I'm definitely gonna have to start locking these geese up soon. They're also laying their eggs about 6 months early. Hey, well, looks like Pablo came by to greet the day and look for some food. Release the Kraken! Guys. You know, it warms my heart every single morning to see all that energy come out the door. Hey, Pablo, get out of there. Hey, you, skedaddle. You know you're not supposed to be in there.